Guys, welcome to NFR Podcast's Rap Bracket. Today we're going to be taking 32 of the most popular rappers in the industry and we're going to be placing them into a bracket, and after 5 gruesome rounds, we will have one rapper standing. And the way that we put together this pool was pretty simple, so we took into consideration album sales, streams, and how relevant they are in the industry today. And guys, don't worry, if you don't see your favorite rapper on this list right now, we're going to have more brackets coming in the future.
Absolutely.
With more artists, songs, and albums, so please subscribe if you have not already. But Lou, take us through what artists we have on this list today, man.
Yeah, so we have a pretty stacked pool. We have Eminem, we have Drake, we have Kanye West, we have Jay-Z, Kid Cudi, Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion, Nicki Minaj, Post Malone, Travis Scott, Future, J. Cole, Lil Uzi Vert, Doja Cat, Lil Baby, DaBaby, Cardi B, 21 Savage, Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, DMX, Tupac, Biggie, Nas, 50 Cent, Young Thug, Mac Miller, Jack Harlow, Pop Smoke, Playboi Carti, and Tyler, the Creator. So what are you saying, bro? We jump right into this?
Let's jump right into it. So if you guys are going to look at our first matchups,
sides.
Yeah, we have two sides, all right? So that's how we split it up. You have 16 on each, and we're going to go by matchups. So for side A, the first matchup is Kanye West versus 50 Cent. Who do you think advances here? I think it's obvious, though.
I mean, yeah, it's very obvious. I mean, who's the rapper and producer? You know, overall artistry, you got to go with Kanye. Classics, you got to go with Kanye.
Whose music do you prefer? Kanye West. Not only that, but I also think that as time has gone on, 50 has strived in other areas too, like, getting into, TV networks and started getting into TV shows. But
talking about rappers here.
But we're talking about rappers, though. So, I mean, even at that, though, I do think that 50 Cent does have Get Rich or Die Trying, so maybe that argument could be made.
No, you can, because Kanye has like 6 more classics.
But I'm just trying to play devil's advocate, trying to have a good conversation.
I got you.
Let's see Kanye West advance to the next round. But let's go on to Lil Wayne versus Lil Baby. And listen, I'm going Wayne off the bat. I mean, I love what Baby's doing right now, though. I love how he's the poster child at the moment, and this guy has a motor on him. He's releasing hot single after hot single. The feature game is super strong, and it doesn't feel like a track list anymore if you don't have Lil Baby on it. So I mean, he does put up like a good conversation, but I think Wayne automatically gets it.
It's crazy because Lil Wayne and Lil Baby is a good comparison, because a lot of people view Lil Baby as like the modern day Wayne in terms of just being super consistent, in terms of hopping on everybody's project, like you were saying. And I mean, just the energy he brings to every track is always fucking superb. But I mean, would Baby exist without Wayne?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. We got to go with Wayne here.
We're going with Wayne.
Absolutely.
But let's go on to XXXTentacion versus Post Malone. And the reason Post Malone's here is because he did start off in rap. He does have a rap album in his catalog. And listen,
he has two rap albums in his catalog.
You would consider Beer Bonds
and Hollywood Bleeding still has rap performances the same way that 12 Carat Toothache
and he has
does.
released rap influenced singles not too long ago. So I mean, even looking at that, X and Post Malone streaming numbers are absolutely ridiculous. Like you could just see how many they rack in, and I think XXXTentacion has is like literally in the top 10 most streamed like rappers of all time, isn't he? Like how big is he on that list?
Let's just cut the shit. X moves on, way more versatile as an artist, and I think that his hit songs stand taller than Post Malone's, right?
Okay, yeah, I think we go with that. But let's go on to Snoop Dogg versus Biggie. This is hard, man. This is a matchup that I was looking at. And I'm like, this is going to be an interesting conversation. So what are you willing to give up more, Doggy Style or Ready to Die? What are you going with?
I feel like an asshole for making any of these guys leave first round. You know what I mean? I think that Snoop Dogg and Biggie both have probably the 2 best voices in hip-hop history.
And flows, probably.
I mean, it's crazy because Snoop Dogg has had the longevity. I mean, in terms of classic albums, though, I mean, Biggie knocked 2 back-to-back.
I mean,
what I mean?
Life After Death and Ready to Die is a superb record.
The thing about Snoop Dogg is that you could say that he made The Chronic and 2001 become the classics that they were in contribution to Dr. Dre.
That's true. If you don't have him on those, if you don't have him on those track lists, I don't think they knock easily as they do. So I mean, wow, what are we going with, bro? This is
who's
big.
the more skilled MC in terms of wordplay?
No,
in terms of flow, I gotta go Biggie here.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I gotta let Biggie advance.
Oh, that's a tough one.
King of New York. What are you saying?
Yeah, okay, let's do it. I mean, listen, I feel bad for Snoop, but let's go Biggie on that. But no disrespect, because he is a fantastic rapper. But Tyler, the Creator versus Future, who's advancing in this one? This is tough because, like, you have 2 completely different rappers that are not even comparable, but it's like, fuck it, who's advancing in a rap bracket? But what do you got?
That's crazy. Listen, I think Future is probably the best trap artist of all time, and Tyler obviously excels in so many different areas in terms of producing, arranging his own music. And apart from that too, I love the fact that he has such a rough and aggressive voice, but he raps over like these delicate instrumentals, and I feel like that combination between his vocals and the beats that he chooses, it's such an unlikely kind of formation, but it works so well.
This is the thing that compares them both, though. I mean, like, just looking at, like, let's say Tyler's 3-album run that just transpired with Flower Boy, Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost, right? And we've spoken on several different occasions about how that's super impressive. But then, you know, is that comparable to peak 2015 Future, where you have some of the best trap music of all time coming out in the span, you know, of 12 months? So, I mean, like, what are you comparing at the end of the day? I think it just comes down to, you know, who you've bumped more, maybe where your replay value is. Like, what do you see in this?
Tough to say, bro, because like Tyler's earlier catalog isn't really my favorite. I feel like it was edgier and it wasn't that strong, and I don't really revisit that early catalog. With Future, though, there's more to offer, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like,
and again, he kind of birthed a generation. So in terms of influence as well, I got to side with Future.
Okay, you going with Future?
What
on
are you
that?
saying?
Yeah, I'll go with Future. I think especially
You don't seem confident though in putting Future
no. Because listen, it's a hard matchup. You know,
is.
like the whole influence conversation could be had, but I'm talking more like if I'm looking at catalogs and highs, like they're really there for me in my listening. But that's okay. Future ends up taking the W. Let's go on to Drake versus Cardi B. Listen, I'm a huge Drake fan. He's gonna advance for me on this round. But I mean, even what Cardi B did with you know, Invasion of Privacy, having every single track go platinum, that was amazing. Not only that, but that winning, you know, Rap Album of the Year at the Grammys. I mean, listen, I think
that was a big injustice.
It was a big injustice, but at the end of the day, she still got it. So I mean, she's definitely made her mark on history as far as like what this genre has to offer. But I am having Drake go past this.
Yeah, I don't have to really add anything there. I think Drake moves on pretty easily there. Seventh matchup: Kid Cudi versus Kendrick Lamar. This is really interesting just because I feel like with Kid Cudi, I kind of go to his music for different reasons than I go to Kendrick's music. I feel like with Kid Cudi, I'm going to be entranced into a certain atmosphere, a certain mood, and I feel like vocally, in terms of singing, obviously, Cudi edges him out. I mean, obviously, that's not Kendrick's forte to sing, even though he's attempted it here and there. In terms of classic albums, though, I think Kendrick has more. In terms of who's the better songwriter, in terms of who has the better hits, it's Kendrick. I feel like he checks more boxes for me, bro.
Absolutely. That's for sure. And I mean, you guys know how much we fuck with Kendrick on the channel. So, I mean, he is going to be advancing in this round. But let's go on to Doja Cat versus the Baby. I'm going Doja Cat off the bat. Absolutely. I think the Baby bounces first round.
Yeah, it's brilliant how she's able to mesh so many genres seamlessly. And listen, if she's going to be making some music with Jay Versace and Ninth Wonder, people are going to put more respect on her name.
Oh, absolutely. Especially as an MC, I feel as if a lot of people underrate Doja Cat when it comes to actually, you know, coming through and providing these fire verses. So, I mean, I'd love to see what that sounds like. And Ninth Wonder low-key did confirm it on your Twitter post. So, I mean, listen, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, but let's go on to side B. All right, now we have Jay-Z versus DMX, and this is one of the toughest on the board for me here. But what are you taking? I think I'm going with Jay-Z, though, for this matchup.
Yeah, I think Jay-Z gets the cake. I mean, DMX had an amazing 2-album run, and I think that just the ability to make his voice sound like he was this barking dog all the time, like that was so original. I think in terms of originality, DMX gets so many points in my book. But yeah, Jay-Z is, you know, it's Jay-Z.
Yeah,
I gotta go Jay-Z.
I'm going on Jay-Z with this one. Okay, but let's go Juice WRLD versus Nicki Minaj. So where are you going with this one? Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel as if both great people, you know, both great artists that once they get onto the mic, they have this certain presence to them. And I do think that maybe Juice WRLD is the better freestyler. But even looking at catalog, like, I don't know, like, where would you go with this one?
It's interesting just because, I mean, you know, Nicki was one of the 3-headed dragon for, you know, the YMCMB crew, the Young Money Militia that just killed it back in the day. And she's still doing great things. Hasn't dropped an album in a while. I just think that Juice WRLD connects more. I feel like, especially when it comes down to writing and the emotion that he would bring out in his tracks, I feel like he knew how to impact an audience on maybe a bigger scale. Again, it's kind of subjective, but I think that Juice WRLD is the better overall artist. I'm not going to lie. And I know Nicki Minaj is a legend, But I go Juice here.
You're
What
going
about you?
Juice World. I was more edging towards Nicki. I swear, even on the influence side of things, like Nicki opened up a lot of doors for a lot of different
She
rappers.
revived like
Everything. That's
Yeah,
what
a
I'm
lot.
trying to say. So I mean, even looking at what Nicki did, we can't underestimate that. Not only that, but I mean, Nicki even has the numbers to back it up. I mean, I don't.
Juice World has the numbers to back it up.
I know,
Are you
but
kidding me?
He does, but I mean, is it over Nicki numbers? That's what I'm asking.
For the amount of time that he was in the game,
That's
come
true.
on, man.
That is true. Okay, so.
Listen, what do you want to flip a coin? What do you want to do, bro? Because I'm on Juice's side here.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Flip a coin?
Yeah, you want to flip a coin?
I can flip a coin right now.
Take out that website.
Okay, what are you
right
saying?
I'll go heads on this one.
You want to go heads? Yeah.
What is it? Look,
Let's see what Google's saying.
Is he gonna show me your screen? Let me
Preparing
see
to
it's-
flipping. You seeing this right now? It's tails.
Okay, so we got Juice going through.
We got Juice World going through. Beautiful.
All right, fire. Let's go on to the next one. Mac Miller versus Playboy Cardi. I'm going Mac Miller on this one. How about you? Where you
Mac
at?
Miller, Playboy Cardi, Mac Miller. Absolutely. Next matchup though is Travis Scott versus Young Thug, and this is maybe kind of a matchup that makes a bit more sense because you could say they're both in that trap landscape. It's interesting. I feel like, again, in terms of influence, I gotta go Young Thug just because of how many clones you're hearing of his nowadays.
I think even catalog's extremely comparable, bro. Catalog with Thug is extremely comparable. I'm
But
serious.
Mixtape catalog or album catalog? Because album catalog,
Catalog
Thugger's
as
only
a
got
whole-
two.
catalog
And
as a
his
whole.
Thug's two albums do not touch Travis's albums.
Oh, that's
So Much Fun and Punk do not touch any of Travis's albums, in my opinion.
okay. Let's take out the album word and let's take out the mixtape word because you like listen to me. Barter Six and Jeffrey sound like studio albums. Like I'll give it that.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is more like overall catalog. I have to give it to Thug. If it's
'Cause he has
influence-
more or
not
what?
only that, but who do I think has the better voice? I'm going to Thug. What I will give Travis is production and sequencing.
Production
and-
is much better for Travis.
But I'm saying is that who's also like maybe a bit more dynamic with their vocals and what they could reach.
Thugger.
It's Thugger passes.
Thugger
for me.
passes.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he
Yeah.
gets through. All right, let's keep going with this. We have Eminem versus Jack Harlow. Eminem advances. for me.
Eminem, no question.
All right,
there.
let's go on to the next one. J. Cole versus Nas. Listen, I love J. Cole, but it's no question Nas goes through. How about you?
Man, that's tough. I mean,
Don't even act, bro. Listen, we've been doing this for way too
I know,
long now. Now we're
I
deep in
know,
the
but
bracket,
I
you know,
just-
like
there's
Go for it.
a deep love for J. Cole's music, and I think the whole community feels that. But it's got to be Nas, guys. It's
you're
gotta
taking
be.
out Nas, okay? I thought
I'm
you
not
said,
taking out Nas. No, no.
It was gonna be a fucking heart attack. All right,
Imagine
let's-
Nas leaves our bracket in the first round.
Jeez, okay, let's
Imagine
keep,
the backlash.
But we have a mean matchup coming. We have a very mean matchup coming in this next round. Okay, but next one, 21 Savage versus Pop Smoke. This is a sick fucking matchup.
a tough matchup,
Who
bro.
are you going with?
Oh man, this is like a Snoop Dogg Biggie type matchup where it's just so tough. Wow.
I'm gonna leave it up to you, man.
I really don't know.
This
They
is
both have.
who has the better catalog. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Pop Smoke didn't really have that much of a catalog. You know, he had the Meet the Woo mixtapes, and then he had Shoot for the Stars, Aim for
Which
the
was
Moon,
posthumous. Yeah, it's
which
a
was
hard
an amazing
conversation.
posthumous album.
So it is hard to compare. But I mean, like, I think I'm gonna.
I'll say this: I think Pop Smoke would have surpassed 21 Savage if he didn't leave us so soon. But based on the music that we have right now, based on 21 Savage's amazing feature run and his ability to work so well with artists like J. Cole that you wouldn't expect him to have chemistry
Not only
with.
that, but I want to talk about what he's been doing with Metro Boomin and how consistent that's been.
One
over
of the best
years.
duos,
and-
rapper producer duos.
I
for
think
sure.
actively at the moment, there's
Yeah.
no one really doing it like them on that sort of level. I mean, you obviously have other ones too, but I mean, even how 21 Savage has grown as an artist, I think that's one of the most impressive things that I've seen from him is just how he has this ear for curating beautiful albums. I Am Greater Than I Was a fantastic project, and you go through it and you understood the vision throughout it, and like I feel as if he's definitely upgraded. So I mean, listen, we're gonna have to lose Pop Smoke,
21.
but listen, it's okay though because we got 21 Savage. Moving on to the next round, let's go on to Tupac versus Uzi. Big fan of Uzi, but Tupac is making it on.
Tupac advances, no
absolutely.
question.
Okay, so guys, let's go on to the next round.
Round of 16 right now.
This is an interesting one because we have a lot of tight matchups, and the first one we have now is Kanye versus Wayne.
Oh,
This is-
why? Fuck, bro.
What are you going with?
I think Wayne is the better rapper. I think Kanye is the better artist. I think Kanye has more. I think where Kanye gets him is that I feel like with Wayne, I love what he's done because so many of his mixtapes and albums feel like these loose freestyles where he is just.
I think
He's
Wayne
throwing words around and mixing
Yeah.
them up like you wouldn't believe. But I feel like Wayne never put out a concept album. and that maybe hurts him a little bit in this conversation.
I mean, like, yeah, but you don't have to have a concept record, let's say, to be able to have, you know, to strive in that
when I'm
catalog.
looking at classic albums, attaching a
Okay, but
concept to it adds a lot.
I do agree, though. I think Kanye does have a better discography, but what I'm saying is that a knock I feel as if Kanye may not have is maybe those mixtape series is that Wayne has. I mean,
know.
what you have to consider about those mixtapes is that they're literally the best mixtapes that have ever been released, you know, in hip hop. I mean, if you think about it, who has, you know, the mixtape catalog that he has? So I mean, like, you could even argue that. Plus, like,
but who has the album catalog that Kanye has?
But that's what I'm having. But I'm gonna have this conversation.
Okay, well, what are you thinking though? Wayne's catalog and mixtapes, or Kanye's album?
That's
catalog?
where I'm torn with, bro, because I have to give up all of those mixtapes, bro. Like, it's not as easy as it seems. Plus, like, you're also getting rid of the Carter series, bro. Like, those are classics. So I mean, is it as easy as it seems?
You're getting rid of emo rap with taking out Kanye. You're getting rid of Juice WRLD. You're getting rid of Lil Uzi Vert. You're getting rid of a whole generation of artists he birthed.
Come on.
Not only that, but
no, we're not gonna have that
bro,
conversation about influence.
Kanye has been dominating in fucking decades.
Bro, so has Wayne. Wayne sold close to almost 500,000.
I don't care about the numbers, bro. I'm all worried about the numbers.
But you've saying dominating.
I'm saying dominating in terms of putting out quality music and maintaining that relevancy.
Absolutely has. But even at that, we were questioning Don the 2 earlier this year. So this conversation,
that wasn't an official release.
Come on, there you go.
I can defend Kanye a little bit like that.
You've had too many conversations about that project.
Are you telling me you're putting Wayne over Kanye? That's all I want to know.
I low key think I can have that conversation. I've convinced myself with it. You know.
Are we going to do another coin flip? Because I'm not putting Wayne over Kanye. Am I flipping a coin for this?
You know what?
What are you saying?
I'm putting Wayne over Kanye, bro. Fuck.
All right, we're flipping the coin, guys. I cannot believe that Kanye might leave us right here.
Let's do this, bro. Fuck yeah.
Wait, what are you calling?
I got heads.
It is heads. Wayne moves
sir.
over Kanye West, guys.
Listen,
blame Ant, guys. This is not my call. I'm sorry.
I'm okay with that, bro. You could absolutely make that argument. Come on, bro. You can't.
Overall artistry, no.
You can't. Okay, he has better production. He has better production.
He has more memorable songs. I think when you're looking at the pantheon of all-time great hip-hop songs, Kanye has more.
And don't talk like Wayne doesn't have songs
Bro,
in that conversation.
There's no shade to Wayne. He's top 15 rappers of all time, but he's not Kanye. I'm sorry. Not many people are. But anyways.
Listen, I would put Wayne over him. But
all right,
let's keep
Wayne
going
moves on somehow. Okay.
XXXTentacion versus Biggie. What are we going with?
Biggie.
Yeah, I'm going with Biggie off the bat. Okay, let's keep going with this. So that's a nice matchup. Wayne versus Biggie after. But let's go Future versus Drake. Okay, now
Future versus
that's a tough matchup.
Oh man, I mean,
listen, I'm gonna drink some water. You guys, let me know what you do with this.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of like whose music have I gravitated towards more, it would be Drake for me personally. I think that Drake is also more versatile as an artist because of how many different genres he's been able to tap into. You could say that Drake's catalog, album-wise, has a couple more duds than Future's does. I think in terms of production...
Wait, you think Drake's catalog has a couple more duds than Future's?
I think you can make that argument. A lot of people would.
Yes and no. I feel as if both those artists have polarizing albums where like both the fan bases, like there's kind of a split between them. But I think that if you look at the highs within, even at that conversation, that's a hard one to have, man. Bro. You want to do another coin? No, we can't do another coin. No, we can't start abusing that.
I would personally go Drake here.
Yeah, you're going with Drake?
What do you say?
Listen, we're going to go with Drake, but I mean, like, that's probably been one of the toughest decisions I've had to make all bracket. Yeah. All right, so Drake advances. Kendrick versus Doja Cat. This is where Doja Cat is going to bounce for me. Let's go on with Kendrick
Absolutely.
Lamar. Let's go into the next matchup, all right? Jay-Z versus Juice WRLD. Again, I think this is simple for me. I'm going Jay-Z over Juice WRLD's music.
Yeah, I mean, I think, even if we're just looking at like Juice WRLD's, one of his strongest aspects, which is freestyling, Hove gets him there too.
All right, let's go into the next one. Mac Miller versus Young Thug. Okay, this is going to start getting interesting now. All right, listen, I will say this. I think Mac Miller is going to pass through because of the catalog. I definitely do think so.
Because of the catalog, but not only that. I mean, we spoke about how Young Thug vocally is like an acrobat because he hits so many different inflections that seem impossible for him to hit. But I think also in terms of artist evolution, I think in terms of the way that Mac Miller has evolved over the years from where he started to where he got to, he's also shown more growth over time. So I think Mac Miller gets it.
Yeah, definitely. And I do think he does have the better catalog, and you've seen that evolution. Again, I've said this so many times. Look at Kids, look where Circles ended up, and you'll understand that full circle moment. But let's keep going on with this. Mac Miller moves on to the next round. Eminem versus Nas. Okay, this is a very big
now
conversation.
we're getting somewhere.
Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, this is definitely the hardest one so far. I said that about Drake and Future, but this trumps it for me. So
I think, look, lyrically they're on par. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can make an argument for them both being the best MCs ever. I think that in terms of catalog, could we say that Nas has had the 3-album run that Eminem has had? No, but I could say that right now, who's aging gracefully? It's Nas, and I think that I haven't seen Eminem for a long time release an album as good as Magic or an album as good as King's Disease 2. I think also in terms of the message between them and the message that the music breathes, I think Nas has had more of an important kind of impact message-wise as well. It's tough though because obviously M has the commercial success, but fuck that.
No. This guy
doesn't matter.
No. And I think that like once you're gonna get onto skill and capability, it's gonna be so hard to like match them both up against each other. So it goes to catalog, and I think that the longevity in Nas's catalog speaks more for me. So I'm definitely going Nas. Let's go on to 21 Savage versus Tupac. This is where I'm having Tupac advance, and we're going to be having another big conversation very soon.
Tupac advances, yeah.
Let's keep doing this. Okay, next matchup. Now we're gonna go back
round
to
3,
right? This is round 3. So these are the semis, right? We're getting to the finals soon.
We're now in what is it? The last 8, I believe.
That is correct. The last 8
quarterfinals.
Wayne versus Biggie. This is when. This is another tough conversation for me, bro. Like I really do. Like I think that you're under Wayne. Like you're under Wayne.
Wayne
like,
said
Wayne's
it.
Like,
Wayne said it himself. Like he listed off his top 5 rappers. Of course, he included Biggie, and he said, "I'm not touching any of these people, including Biggie." He said it himself, and I think that. Listen, again, with Wayne, yes, you do have the longevity, but with Biggie, it's the biggest, what if maybe in hip hop history alongside with Tupac and other artists. But I think that just the impact that Biggie had with 2 albums, that's amazing. I think that Biggie is a better storyteller. I think that Biggie has better track presence, the way that he commands a song. I
don't think that Wayne has a Ready to Die in his catalog. That's my biggest thing too. I don't think. I mean, people have made arguments for the Carter 3 and the Drought 3 like being in their own respective fields, but I do think that Ready to Die is top 5 albums of all time, solidified any conversation. So I'm going to agree with you. I think Biggie definitely gets it. Let's go on to Drake versus Kendrick. I mean, I think that these are obviously my most listened to artists in my catalog, like 1,000%, and they do completely different things from you. Like I think what's so sick about Drake's music is that it has that like the most accessible like factor to it as far as like anyone else that I listen to. But with Kendrick, I feel like it's the most impressive music that I'm listening to, like the stuff where you're like, wow, that's fucking incredible. So I mean, like accessibility, quality. I think I'm gonna go with Kendrick though, as far as like what I prefer to in the catalog, like GKMC and To Pimp a Butterfly. Those can never, ever leave my rotation for me. But imagine that, right? Like, what would you rather have, T-Pap and GKMC, or would you rather have Nothing Was the Same and Take Care?
Not only that, but I just think that Kendrick keeps pushing the boundaries. I feel like Drake has maybe gotten a little bit comfortable, while Kendrick keeps challenging himself after album, even though he doesn't drop every year and feeds us the same way that Drake does, which is really appreciated as a fan. But I think that Kendrick is really the artist that will blow your mind in terms of song concepts, album concepts, lyrically, everything.
Absolutely. Okay, but let's go on to Jay-Z versus Mac Miller. This is tough, though, because I feel like, yes, I think Jay-Z's a better rapper than Mac Miller, but whose music do I bump more? Like, that's a different conversation. I'm more on Mac Miller's catalog, but how are we doing this, bro? Like, I know for you too, Mac Miller's one of your most bumped artists.
But Jay-Z's also one of my most bumped artists, you know what I mean?
Okay, what would you rather keep for the rest of your life? You know, The Blueprint or, let's say, Swimming? I mean, like, 2 huge albums to you. I mean, like, a lot of old heads would probably look at us and be like, you guys are fucking ridiculous. Like, obviously, The Blueprint, but I mean, like, I've bumped Swimming for such a long time now, I know. Man. Like, I really fuck
Swimming
with that
hits
album.
on a personal level for sure.
Even something like Faces, bro. Like, I have a lot of listen time.
How can we kick out Jay-Z right now?
I know, but like, it's not. It's, by the way, this is not an all-time list, okay? Like, an all-time list is a completely different conversation. Just like, who do you prefer, bro? I don't know, man. You got to make this decision. Okay, one way or another, you're taking an L here. So what do you got? It's the nature of the bracket. It's the nature of the bracket.
I would still go Jay-Z.
Still go Jay-Z?
Mac Miller for you? We're doing another coin toss? Is this going to be the third official coin toss? What are you saying?
No, I think Mac Miller's gonna leave the conversation.
Mac Miller has to leave the conversation.
Yeah, I think Mac Miller's gonna leave the
that
conversation.
one stings though. I feel
that one definitely stinks. But okay, Nas versus Tupac, bro. Where are you going with this, man? Where are you going with this?
It's interesting because I feel like who is the better song maker? I think that it would be Tupac. I think who is the better writer in terms of having that wide range of vocabulary, in terms of
the rhyme structure,
the rhyme schemes, the double entendres, the multisyllabic rhyming, everything else
I think
goes to Nas. I think that in terms of catalog, obviously Nas has had more albums out, and we've seen the longevity of Nas over the years.
But Tupac has a lengthy catalog still. You know what I'm trying to say? Like even not including posthumous releases. I mean, like even at that, like,
I still don't think he has an Illmatic. I don't think Tupac has an album on the level of Illmatic.
I think Me Against the World is extremely underrated. Like I can make a very big argument for that being top 5 all time, bro. And like I wouldn't.
Is it better than Illmatic though?
And if I were to really have to sit down and like decide, like go through it, I'd probably still go with Illmatic. But I mean, like it's not to say that can't compete with Illmatic. Like for me too, it's like, okay, I understand what you're saying about the rhyme structures, but I also find something that Tupac was maybe a bit better at was also the way that he was able to structure poems, and the way that he was able to also try out super revolutionary flows that
are we saying that Nas is not a poet?
No, he is a poet, absolutely.
Man.
But I mean, like Tupac for me is like one of the biggest poets, you know, like he was a poet. That's what I'm trying to say, is like it's just hard, man. I don't even know where I'm going with the conversation. It's hard, though, you know.
I think I would have to go with Nas here.
You're going with Nas towards the end?
What are you saying? Coin toss? You're going with Nas? Fuck, man, you're indecisive today, bro.
Bro, come on.
I know it's hard.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I know
like,
it's hard. I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the coin toss on this one for sure. We'll use the coin toss. All right, what do you got?
What are you calling? I've let you call it every time.
I'm going heads. I always go heads. All right. What do we got here? Final spin, heads again. Okay.
Tupac advances.
Listen, you can't be mad at that, bro. I had to call the coin toss on that one.
Oh shit.
All right, so let's go on to the next side. All right, Biggie versus Kendrick.
Wow.
So, listen, this is your favorite rapper versus my favorite rapper. Where are we going with this, man? Where do you want to go with this? You know what? I'll say this. I'm going to be respectful here, and I think I'm going to have to bow out, because I think that like on an all-time list, I would have Biggie over Kendrick.
It's tough, though, because you could really make that argument for Kendrick, you know, maybe placing over Biggie. I mean...
I don't think at the moment. I'm not sure. Like, I don't... It doesn't feel right. You know, it doesn't sit well.
Whose music do you listen to more?
I listen to more Kendrick, but I mean, like, what do I regard as far as catalog higher? Like, I'm not sure. Like, it's tough. It's tough with Biggie, bro.
There's certain arguments you can make. I think that overall, obviously, I personally would say the production is better on Kendrick's catalog overall. But again, I mean, that's because of just the evolution of mixing and mastering and just the types of sounds that were available.
Like, even on Ready to Die and Life After Death, the production is phenomenal.
It's A1 for sure.
These are some of the best soundscapes you're ever going to get on a rap record. I mean, it was so revolutionary for its time. But I mean, we're having this all-time list. Who's over your list?
Biggie for me.
I'm going Biggie on this next one. And listen, I do prefer Kendrick's music, but I'm going to have to make him pass on that one. Let's go Jay-Z versus Tupac. Okay.
Jay-Z versus Tupac. Wow.
Who do you think makes better music? Who do you think makes better music as a whole?
It's interesting just because, like, I think that, again, Hov has more classic albums. I think that, you know, I respect Tupacalypse Now. I respect Strictly For My, but have they really held up like that? That's my question. Like,
yes,
I think that Reasonable Doubt still sounds like it's brand new. It sounds like Jay-Z just came off the block and he's giving you that hustler talk, and it feels like you're really there with him. With Tupac, I feel like some of his earlier albums sound a bit dated in terms of All Eyes on Me, in terms of Me Against the World. Those are timeless.
I get you, but like I think that the thing that I go back and the duds that I hear within Tupac's first album is a bit like the mixing and mastering issues sometimes, like especially within his vocals that are recorded. Like there's certain songs where I'll have to go and I have to really listen to it, and you're right, like that debut of Reasonable Doubt is so fucking sick, but like does Jay-Z have a 3-album run like Tupac does? I don't know. That's the thing, though, is like I'm kind of having that conversation, you know. So it depends. Like it's such a hard toss-up, but who's a better rapper? That's another thing. Who do you think's a better rapper as a whole? I think Tupac's a better rapper.
I think Tupac's a better songwriter. I think Jay-Z's the better rapper.
You think Jay-Z's
I
the better
think Jay-Z's
rapper on
a better
flow?
rapper on flows. I think Jay-Z's a better rapper in terms of double entendres. I go Jay-Z. I think track presence. I mean, it's tough because
the track.
listen,
No. Hold on.
Tupac to me has the best delivery maybe of all
But
time.
that's all track presence, though. You know what
But
I'm trying to say? Like,
flow and cadence is super important too, and I think that Jay-Z trumps him there.
I don't think on flow. I genuinely don't think on flow. That's a toss up for me at this round. I would go.
I go Jay-Z.
Yeah, you would do Jay-Z.
I would do Hove. What about you?
Okay, fuck it. Let's do Jay-Z. All right, let's go on to the last round now. Okay, so this is the final. I mean, at the end of the day, we're gonna have to choose someone.
Yeah.
I mean, there's such close conversations, but Biggie versus Jay-Z, bro.
This is the last. This is the final.
Yeah, this is definitely the final.
Biggie versus Jay-Z. I mean, it's so tough to say just because I feel like Jay-Z became everything that Biggie was supposed to become in a sense. And we do know that, of course, Jay-Z kind of took his blueprint from Biggie's music in terms of mixing the street stuff, the street anthems, with that more commercially viable aesthetic and sound.
Absolutely. His music is definitely influenced by Biggie, and like that's no doubt. But like, it wasn't like where I'm listening to Ready to Die and then I listen to Reasonable Doubt and they're the exact same record. So I can't.
No, he didn't replicate it that way. But I'm saying
he didn't replicate those records. He's definitely influenced, but I mean, like, influences in every single conversation. There was people influencing Biggie. So I mean,
listen, this is what it comes down to for me. Skill, I go Biggie. Catalog, I go Jay-Z because he's given me more classics over the years. Obviously, it's hard to compare because we don't know what Biggie's catalog would have been or could have been. But skill-wise, I go Biggie. Catalog-wise, you probably got to go Jay-Z. So where do you draw that line?
And for me too.
Like, let's talk about their collaborations too. Brooklyn's Finest, Biggie got him on there.
Okay.
For instance,
I get you on that.
I love the dough. Biggie got him on
I get you at that, but I could also say, like, right now, like, for like what we have as proof at the moment, I think that Jay-Z is like unanimously like viewed as the GOAT, bro. Like at the moment, like within like music itself at the moment, like hip hop, rap, it's Jay-Z at the moment, like unanimously viewed. You know, like people see him as the Godfather. Like that's what he has at the moment. He's at the top of that hill. You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
Are we putting him at the top of that hill right now?
Yeah, you can make that conversation. Of course you can. Of course you can.
I think Jay-Z gets it.
I think Jay-Z does get it. Yeah, you have to, because I mean, how many people? If you had to, let's say, make a checklist, I mean, a lot of people would have Nas in that conversation. I mean, we're gonna be doing our top 10 rappers of all time. Do not worry, guys. Okay, this is a completely different conversation than that, and
a lot of prelude to that.
Yeah, a little prelude to what's going on. Yeah, little teaser. But I mean, Jay has had that GOAT status for such a long time now, and I think it was solidified with 444. I think it was solidified with 444. I'm being honest with you. After that project dropped, it was like it was over. Like, I mean,
I know.
Even since like the end of the 2010s, people knew, bro. People knew it was up. So I think we're definitely gonna go Jay-Z.
We're gonna go Jay-Z again. I think that Biggie is the more skilled MC. I think that if we're looking at whose best songs rank higher on that list of the best songs of all time, Biggie probably has a couple more above for me. But again,
that's very debatable.
We didn't get to see Biggie's career totally play out. So I think as it stands right now, Jay-Z might get the slight edge. But
he's the winner of our bracket. Yeah,
he's the winner of the bracket, guys.
He's the winner of the bracket.
Jay-Z is the official winner. But let us know, guys. I'm curious who would have been the winner of this bracket for you. And also, if you guys enjoyed this bracket, let us know other brackets you'd like to see in the future. And if you like this video and you're new to NFR, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're doing interactive content like this on a regular basis. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting us. For as much as you guys do, it means the absolute world to us. And we'll catch you guys in the next video.